My name is Emanuel Geroulakis. I am a teacher of biology and chemistry in the high school of Gouves in Crete, which is located in Greece. I have 15 years of teaching experience. I studied biology in the University of Crete, and then I had my Master's of Science degree in medical biochemistry from Brunel University in London, UK. Educate high school students about blood groups and their importance to transfusions. Also, we are learning about the rhesus factor and its importance in childbirth. They will study using information from specific websites and relevant educational software, take related quizzes to follow up, and participate in fun internet-based game activities to reinforce concepts. The most interesting aspect for me is using the knowledge to everyday life. The students have to understand that transfusions are necessary for medical treatment and that we are all at some point in our life are going to need one, probably. The use of information and computer technology in school learning process is an interesting aspect because, from my personal opinion, it increases the effectiveness of teaching and improves students' learning. The preparation phase has to do with the number of activities and the time of the implementation phase, 1 or 2 school lessons. Some remarkable points are: first, there will be the need for finding some questions in the beginning of the lesson in order to stimulate interest. It is essential that teachers in the beginning of the lesson keep their class interested enough in order for students to take the information that is being presented to them. It is important to start with a few questions from everyday life about the subject that I want to discuss. I will ask questions about the nature of the human blood and if they could see human blood in an optical microscope. What would they see inside, their personal opinion? Another question could be if they have heard the names of the different blood groups of the human body. Also, if they know about transfusions, if they have heard of some problems between people giving blood to one another. One last question could be about the rhesus factor as well, if they have heard of any problems in childbirth because of this factor. Secondly, the installation of specific educational software to the students' laptops has to be done before the school lesson in order to have more time in the school, because time is essential. Third, the creation of groups of students for the same reason as before. And fourth, the creation of the activities has to take into account the prior knowledge of the students about the subject. Generally, there is no difficulty with this phase of the school lesson because the students find the topic very interesting and they have heard about it from the television, from their families, about the rhesus factor, about blood groups, about transfusions, so it's quite easy. The topic of blood types is often taught in school science lessons, but experimenting with real blood may not be possible for many good reasons. Because of the concerns of the parents, the need for comprehensive risk assessments to prevent infection or the transmission of blood-borne diseases, or the reluctance of students to use their own blood. The use of internet gives students extra resources and material, such as interactive lessons and educational games. Tests, homework, collaboration with students, and research can all be done from a computer with internet access. The internet contains a wealth of knowledge that is available instantly upon any search. I can ask students to visit specific websites and study from home, and online encyclopedias to provide mass of information about any topic I will ask them to find. The variety of sources allows students to pursue subjects in much greater detail, rather than being limited to whatever the teacher sends home. One activity of the teaching process has to do with the use of specific educational software. The main benefit from using educational software in schools is making teaching and also learning more interesting and goal-oriented, and it also stimulates the thinking and senses of the learners.